Here's something most people don't realize. The most profitable businesses aren't flashy. They're not posting Lamborghini photos or Instagram or talking about their beach lifestyle. They're boring. Really boring. No fancy offices, no viral marketing campaigns, just pure profit, lots of it. While everyone's chasing the next big trend, small entrepreneurs are quietly making $10,000, $50,000, even $100,000 per month from businesses so mundane that nobody even talks about them at networking events. Want to know what these businesses are? Well, let's dive right in. But first, hit that like button if you want to see more content about real money making opportunities. Think about the elevator in your apartment, building, or office. Chances are it's made by a company called Otis. You've probably never heard of them, right? Well, they made $19.38 billion last year. $19 billion for making elevators. That's what I'm talking about. Boring wins. The thing is, flashy businesses get all the attention, but boring businesses get all the money. It's simple math. When everyone's fighting over the same trendy market, the boring markets have less competition and higher profit margins. Today, I'm going to show you 5 businesses so boring that your friends might think you have lost your mind. But when they see your bank account, they want to know your secret. Because here's the truth, boring problems equal serious money. These aren't get-rich-quick schemes. They are proven business models that have been making people wealthy for decades. The best part, most of them have low barriers to entry and can be started with minimal capital. Let's start with the most unglamorous business of all, waste management. Yeah, garbage collection. Before you throw this video away, hear me out. The waste management industry generates between $1 million to $10 million in annual revenue for established companies on average. And here's why it's brilliant. Everyone produces waste every single day. Businesses, homes, construction sites, they all need someone to take their trash away. The startup costs range from $50,000 to $500,000 depending on your scale. You can start small with residential routes and grow into commercial contracts. Most waste management businesses see revenue within 6 to 12 months because the demand is immediate and constant. What makes this business incredible is the recurring revenue model. Once you have a customer, they need you every week, month after month, year after year. It's not like selling a product once, it's selling a service forever. The regulatory requirements might seem intimidating, but they are actually a moat that keeps competition away. Once you understand the rules and get licensed, you're protected from casual competitors who don't want to deal with the paperwork. Think about it. When was the last time you saw a revolutionary waste management startup get funding? Never, because it's boring, but that's exactly why it's profitable. Next up, laundromats. Yes, those places with rows of washing machines that you probably haven't thought about it since college. But here's what you didn't know. Laundromats generate on average between $30,000 to $300,000 in annual revenue. The beauty of laundromats is that they are semi-passive. Once you set them up, they practically run themselves. People come in, put money in the machines, do their laundry and leave. You don't need a large staff or complex customer service. Startup costs range from $100,000 to $300,000, which might seem high, but consider this. Research shows that you can see revenue within 3 to 6 months. And in urban areas with apartment buildings, laundromats are essential services that people will use regardless of economic conditions. The demographic that uses laundromats is incredibly stable. Students, renters, people whose machines broke down, these customers aren't going anywhere. They need clean clothes and you provide that service. Plus, modern laundromats can be upgraded with card readers, mobile apps, and even delivery services. You can take a boring business and add just enough modern convenience to charge premium prices. Location is everything with laundromats. Find an area with high density housing, limited parking for delivery trucks, and you have found gold. The barrier to entry keeps most entrepreneurs away because it seems too simple, too boring. That's your advantage. Speaking of building profitable businesses, if you're serious about future-proofing yourself in this rapidly changing economy, you need to understand how successful entrepreneurs really think. That's exactly what we cover in the One Person Business Academy. In today's world, traditional jobs aren't as secure as they used to be, but building your own business, especially one that can run with minimal overhead, that's real security. The One Person Business Academy shows you exactly how to build sustainable income streams that not only work for you while you sleep, grants you the freedom of location independence where you can work anywhere, talking about your interests and passions, as long as you have a laptop and an internet connection. The link is in the description box down below, but let's continue with these boring gold mines. Here's a business that makes people squirm just thinking about it: pest control. But that disgust factor is exactly why it's so profitable. Most people would rather pay someone else to deal with bugs and rodents than handle it themselves. I know I would. Pest control services generate between $50,000 to $500,000 annually on average, with startup costs as low as $10,000 to $50,000. You can literally start this business with a truck, some equipment, and the proper licensing. The recurring revenue potential is massive. Think about it. Pests don't just disappear after one treatment. Commercial customers especially need regular service contracts. Restaurants, hotels, office buildings, they can't afford to have pest problems, so they pay for monthly or quarterly services. What makes pest control especially interesting is the emergency call potential. When someone has a wasp nest or a mouse problem, they want it fixed immediately. They'll pay premium prices for same-day services. The barrier to entry isn't the startup cost, it's the ick factor. Most people simply don't want to crawl around attics looking for rat nests, but if you can get past that, you have a business with built-in demand and limited competition. Seasonal patterns work in your favor too. Springs bring ant problems, summer brings wasps, fall brings mice looking for winter shelter. You have consistent work throughout the year with predictable, busy seasons. Self-storage might be the most boring real estate business ever. Rows of identical metal boxes that people rent to store stuff they probably don't need, but boring translates to profitable. These facilities generate on average $100,000 to $1 million annually. The startup costs are higher, $500,000 to $1 million, but so is the potential return. It typically takes 12 to 24 months to see revenue because you need to build occupancy, but once you do, it's an incredibly stable income. Here's what makes self-storage brilliant. People hate moving their stuff. Once someone rents a unit and fills it with their belongings, they're likely to keep paying rent for years. The average customer stays for over 2 years, and many stay much longer. The operating costs are minimal once you're established. No inventory to manage, minimal staff requirements, and customers do most of the work themselves. You're essentially renting empty space, which is about as passive as real estate gets. Urbanization trends work in your favor. As people live in smaller apartments and houses, they need somewhere to store their excess belongings. The demand for storage space has been growing steadily for decades. Location matters, but not in the way you might think. You don't need prime retail space. You need affordable land with good access. Industrial areas on the outskirts of cities are perfect because land is cheaper and customers don't mind driving a bit to save money. Finally, commercial cleaning services. Every office building, school, restaurant, and retail store needs to be cleaned regularly. It's not glamorous, but it's absolutely essential. Commercial cleaning generates $70,000 to $500,000 annually on average, with startup costs as low as $2,000 to $50,000. You can literally start with basic cleaning supplies and a few clients, then grow from there. The magic is in the contracts. Once you land a commercial cleaning contract, you have predictable monthly revenue. Businesses need cleaning services whether the economy is good or bad. Clean environments are non-negotiable for most companies. The work typically happens after hours, which means you can start this as a side business and grow it into full-time income. Many successful cleaning companies started with the owner cleaning offices at night and hiring employees as they grow. Specialization opportunities are everywhere. Medical facilities need specialized cleaning, restaurants have different requirements than offices, and industrial sites pay premium rates for specialized services. You can start general and niche down as you learn the market. The barrier to competition is reliability and trust, not complexity. Businesses need to know you will show up consistently and won't steal or damage their property. Build their reputation and customers will stick with you for years. Here's why these boring businesses consistently outperform flashy startups. First, they solve real problems that aren't going away. People will always need waste management, clean clothes, pest control, storage space, and clean offices. Second, they have built-in demand. You're not trying to create a market or convince people they need something new. The market already exists. You're just capturing a piece of it. Third, boring businesses typically have recurring revenue models. Once you acquire a customer, they keep paying you month after month. This creates predictable cash flow that makes it easier to scale and plan for growth. Fourth, competition is limited because most entrepreneurs chase exciting opportunities. While everyone's trying to build the next tech unicorn, boring businesses operate in markets with stable demand and reasonable competition. Finally, boring businesses are recession resistant. During economic downturns, people still need basic services. In fact, some boring businesses actually benefit from recessions as people look for ways to save money or extend the life of their possessions. Look, these businesses might not get you featured on magazine covers or invited to startup conferences, but they'll get you something better: real, sustainable wealth. The entrepreneurs making millions from these boring businesses understand something that most people miss. Profit is more important than prestige. While others chase viral moments and venture capital, they are building solid foundations for long-term success. If you're ready to stop chasing shiny objects and start building real wealth, these boring businesses are your path forward. But success in any business requires the right knowledge and strategy. That's why I created the One Person Business Academy. In this rapidly changing economy, the ability to build and run your own business isn't just an opportunity, it's essential for future-proofing your income. If offline businesses aren't your cup of tea and you are more geared towards online businesses, then the One Person Business Academy is made for you. The One Person Business Academy teaches you how to identify opportunities like these boring businesses, how to start them with minimal risk, and how to scale them systematically, because the future belongs to people who can create their own opportunities, not those waiting for someone else to create them. The link is in the description below. Don't wait until economic uncertainty forces you to think about alternatives. Start now, worry later. Remember, while everyone else is chasing the next big thing, smart money is made in the boring fundamentals. These 5 businesses prove that you don't need to disrupt industries or create revolutionary products to build serious wealth. You just need to solve boring problems that real people pay real money to fix. Pick one of these businesses, do your research, and start building. Your future self will thank you when you're depositing those boring, consistent profits every month. If you found this valuable, subscribe for more content about real money making opportunities that actually work. And check out that link to the One Person Business Academy, because boring businesses and smart systems are the perfect combination for building lasting wealth. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.